Today, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the art of prayer. And I've got some amazing insights for you coming up in this video. So if you have not already been getting the results that you've been praying for and you're wondering why your prayers are not answered, pay close attention to the things I'm going to be sharing today. It's totally going to change the way you pray and it's going to change your life. What I'm going to be sharing with you is a variation of what I've been doing in prayer with my daughter before she sleeps. So if you have been praying in the past and not getting the results you desire, maybe you have been like my mom and you go, "Dear Lord, please help us. Today was such a terrible day. This thing is not working out. That thing is not working out. Could you please discipline my son because he's not thinking in the right ways? Could you do something about my husband because my husband is just like that. He spends so much time pooping every day." If you've been praying like that, side note, I've also been trying to convert the way my mom prays. Have a listen to what I have to say, and maybe this can change your life. I've been reading the Neville Goddard, to some a controversial character, but to many who are involved in manifestation, and this channel, Inspire at Random, is about manifestation. He is one of the biggest influencers in the world of manifestation. For some of you who are Christians, Catholics, or whatever, you'll be thinking, what kind of blasphemy is this? To manifest is actually to bring into the world of perception, to make manifest. In the same ways that Jesus, in the story of the 5 loaves and 2 fish, he made manifest a meal that was enough for everyone. This way of prayer has been helping me to get many of my prayers answered, and why not? So like many Catholics, I do the nightly prayers with my kids. I've been doing this for years. Our Father, Hail Mary, Glory be, standard stuff, right? The next thing, usually we would go to God with intentions. I used to pray in the way that my mom used to pray, like many people used to pray, which wasn't getting any results. So after I read several books by Neville Goddard, and one of them, The Art of Prayer, there'll be 2 approaches I'll be sharing with you today in this video. So pay close attention to this. The first thing that I do is to give gratitude. So after all these standard stuff is done, I give gratitude. This has resulted in a huge attitude change, not just in me, but I've tried this with my daughter, my son, and they have both been able to demonstrate a better, more positive way of thinking. It's interesting how the attitude has changed from one that of there's nothing to be thankful about to a time of day where I get to hear about the good things that happen with them. Also, they are so excited to share with God about the things that they're so thankful for that happen in that day. It becomes like, oh, I forgot there's this, I forgot there's that, I forgot there's this, and also that. I told my kids to start this habit of 3 things I'm thankful for today. It would go something like this. Thank you, God, for the nice weather today. Thank you, God, my cats had such a great appetite. Thank you, God, for giving me yet another low-stress workday. Thank you for a great ping pong session. I then pass it over to my daughter, and then she would be thankful for this thing, that thing, something else. And like I said, we'd be cutting each other. Oh, there's this, there's that, there's that. Because when you start to think of the good, you start to attract more of the good. And this is the first point that I want to bring forth to you. I mentioned in my previous videos, and you should watch them too. Thoughts and beliefs form a lens that we see the world. When we charge this lens that we have becomes extra powerful to help us to see and attract different things into our life. This analogy has been used many times in the past. Let's say you want to get a certain car, and you start to be very attentive to that certain model of car on the road, and you started to form an impression of how that car handles, how it goes over bumps, how awesome does it look when it's making a turn, how nice is the geometry when you see it coming from the oncoming. The front of the car looks just so majestic. When there is a desire coupled with your thoughts, your beliefs about this thing, your feelings towards it, just builds a different experience. Everyone else who's in the same car as you, maybe they could be texting, maybe they could be binge scrolling TikTok. You had this amazing experience about this dream car of yours, seeing it on the road, forming such a nice impression, but everyone else who has different thoughts and beliefs and priorities, they do not. This is the first point. And if you look at this YouTube short that I posted, it was actually an experience about how my mom was recently trapped in a very negative thought train because she would just go on and on about a certain issue. That day, my daughter also knew she was being like that, so obviously my daughter did not share the great day that she had because there's no opportunity. I mean, when someone's sounding so negative, how would the good things come in? This is an example, right? Be grateful. Practice gratitude. If you are not having gratitude for the day and you're not paying attention to the positive things, then your day is going to suck. You're going to find lots of other reasons why your day is going to suck, and it is. Let's stop this sabotage. Today, let's try this. 3 things that I'm grateful for. My daughter, when she first began, it was very hard to come up with even 2 things. But as time went by, it became more and more. This is my first lesson for you. The second thing that we started doing in prayer only a few days ago, which is already having a very good result, is to thank for the reality that we wish to have in our life, our desired reality. For example, I'm so thankful and grateful I'm now living in what was once my dream house. In the garage, I'm so spoiled for choice on a daily basis, whether I want to go with performance or comfort or handling or just obnoxious supercar appeal because of the 4 cars I have in my garage. And it's just so nice that we modeled the centerpiece of our garden after a bicycle off-road track that we saw in the public park some time ago. And I just love the smell from the eucalyptus and agarwood trees that we have transplanted from various parts of the island into our garden. And it gives a smell of freshness and keeps the mosquitoes away. I'm thankful and grateful that my parents are having such a great time in this house, even after moving over from Singapore where things were very different. And due to my mate's excellent healthy cooking, my parents have a much better physique and they are healthy. And due to the facilities that we have in this neighborhood, they're now in the best shape of their lives. Every day, my daughter does this too. And the best part, because our visions are united. She wants to be in this dream house as much as I do. Her prayers last night was about us playing ping pong in our ping pong room in the house, and how amazing it is to have this ping pong robot machine that we can choose to use or not, and how 2 additional cats that we do not have yet were having such a great time in the cat obstacle course in the house, or the wall tracks, so to speak. This second part is amazing because, it's like a time that you give yourself every day to the dreams that you wish to bring into your life, the fantasy, right? I talked about type C goals in my other videos. So if you don't know about what's a type C goal, watch my other video as well. Make it something that inspires you. Although I'm here to teach you how to pray, to share with you a method of prayer that works for me, but I also want to teach you how to transform your life. So subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed, and this is going to change you. It's going to massively transform your life. Bob Proctor, a famous philosopher of our time, he had a famous statement: if you can see it in your mind, you can have it in your hand. Every day, thank God for this reality that you wish to have. And every day, when you thank God for this reality that you see, you're going to be adding on more details to it. As you add more details onto it, you're already adding on more detail to it in your mind as you do it. You're seeing it, you're reliving it. I know some of you don't know how to meditate, and most people don't know how to meditate, but even this short experience is meditative, because the time before sleep, as known to many, we're able to access a different state of mind, the alpha state of mind. And the thoughts that we have just before our bedtime will go into us into our sleep. And we have just given this lens a different ability in our unconsciousness. Our thoughts and beliefs form our lens that we see the world during the day. But before we sleep, if we charge this lens with our feeling and we summon these images up, we know we have already given our subconscious mind a task as we sleep. Not only we have a good dream because we thought great thoughts before we slept, we also be thinking solutions in our life. And not just that, there is a CIA study that was declassified. It was declassified CIA information that we are actually liquid crystals. How exciting is it? We have this ability to influence other people and things through this liquid solid state, a very interesting phenomenon within us. We're able to transmit and receive frequencies. And that is how, my friends, I have mentioned in another video as well, God became man so that man can become God. Jesus was born upon man. Jesus walked among men as man's likeness, and man was made in God's likeness, right? Don't forget all these things. With all that, we all have a power inside of us to create, and that is known as the God frequency. We all have this power to create. Let's access it through the right form of prayer. Thank you so much, everyone. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and have a great day.